OTAN, Outreach and Technical Assistance Network.
So this is an interactive workshop for your benefit. But my name is Kenya Bratton. I am the Disability and Access Resource Center Program Manager with Sweetwater Adult Education. What's so exciting about my position is that when I started in 2020, the word disability people become uncomfortable with. They fear of the D word. So I said, in order to have educators understand the D word, we restructured our model that every service we do first is for anyone. And then through education and awareness, then you may discover you have a disability. And so therefore we serve adult learners with disabilities. So out of the 800, we have 866 students that have walked through our doors. Only like 120 have disabilities. So we have a whole program and model where we teach testing strategies, reading, writing, math strategies, how to overcome math anxiety. So we're doing something right now as a pilot for all adult students. We have about 4 different Sweetwater adult education schools, and we have a teacher at each site, and it's called our Math Essentials program. In like the first 2 or 3 weeks of Math Essentials, we really talk about breaking up with math. Don't let math gaslight you. Growth mindset towards math. Not even joking, right? Because if you're the GED math more than 3 times, we have to do something else. We're not assuming it's a learning disability, but we have to do something else. And so that series is going great. Out of all of those students, we only have like 27 students, but only 4 have a disability. So my motto is everyone gets it first, and then we can introduce the language of disability. But that being said, when we work with students, how do students get to us? We do everything by appointment, because as you all know, no one has a quick question. And so what we don't like to have is adults waiting. They have children. They're in the sandwich community. So we have our Google form. The moment you hit click, the last question on the Google form is the next question. You will make your appointment. So that's how we're able to meet with students quickly, get them in and address their needs in that moment. And each intake takes about 30 minutes to an hour. Why is this important for you to know? This is why it's important how it leads to Google Keep. So when students come in and they are requesting, oh, I need to do accommodations, and we're talking about accommodations, what they do is they take screenshots of everything on the Google when you log into GED to get a GED login. I'm only using GED as an example. And there's screenshots everywhere. Then they sit in my chair and they're just scrolling forever. Oh my goodness, I'm about to faint. So what we need to do is, how do we streamline to be highly organized? So with our students, we use Google Keep. And this could be any adult who has no knowledge about their amazing smartphone. They will walk out learning something. So today, you're going to benefit in so many ways on how you can make Google Keep just exciting, even as an instructor or even personally. Personally. If you get a chance, can you scan the QR code? Because I'm going to move on to the slides. And so I use Google Keep every single day. I just right now, when we were in workshops today, what I would normally do is kind of take some screenshots. This is before Google Keep. I take screenshots of a slide I like, and then I write some notes somewhere else. And I forget what slide went with workshop, and then what was the title of workshop, and that person, I'm congratulating someone else who wasn't even there. I'm like, this is nonsense, right? So Google Keep eliminates all of that. Hi, are you coming in? So let's get started. We have limited time, but that's okay. So I gave you my background. Okay, so what is Google Keep? Does anyone know what Google Keep is? One person. That is awesome. Only one. And I hope you learned something new today, because you could do your own headers on Google Keep. I don't know if you all know that, to make it beautiful and interactive. Do you even know that it exists on your Chrome? Okay, so some of you are like, I don't even know what that is. I'm not fooling around with another app. The other reason I get it, right? So there's 5 ways to use Google Keep. Really, there's more than 5. But I've learned you have to give people 3 to 5 things they can walk away with because they'll practice and try it. And I'm not thinking you're an adult with a disability, but when I work with my students, these are the things that I'm saying to them in this 1-hour meeting and helping them level up while delivering a service. Note taking. It could be your digital assistant. Just today, I'm driving from San Diego. Hi. Yeah, come on in. I'm driving from San Diego, and I'm like, if I have a driver, and a digital assistant, I could get there faster. But I had to drive myself, and no, I was not texting in and on the laptop and driving. But it could be your digital assistant. Google Keep will help you organize. You could capture thoughts and ideas. Some of you are very creative geniuses, and you're like, oh, I got to capture that idea. I'm that person that goes to sleep at night, wake up in the morning through my dreams because I think I'm manifesting. Then I get upset in the morning, but it doesn't matter. In the morning, I get to Google Keep and I say my ideas, voice record, hi, and fast access to information. I'm just going to do a quick, just so, I mean, all of you can't see it, but. So this is my Google Keep app. These are digital Post-its. And I just, I have access to information all the time, colors, headings, all the time. And I just go to the search and say TDLS, and boom, everything comes up. Okay, here are 8 cool features of Google Keep. 1, it's free, like for real. It's not free for 200 characters and you got to add something. It's not free, a 14-day trial. It is free forever. Don't our students need to have free forever? And these days we need something free. People like love is free. No, I need something that's efficient, right? I could depend on. So Google Keep is free forever. It's in your Chrome. It's also It's also in your mobile phone. You could get it web browser. There's many ways you can access it, and it saves everything automatically. Come on. Okay. And it saves automatically. Love that, because what happens? You get interrupted. You put your note, someone comes in, the phone rings, you get a text, you forget. Oh my goodness, it saves automatically. You can learn it in 1 day. Today, you're going to learn it in 60 minutes. So that's even better than 1 day. It's available on all features, Android, Apple. This is the first time Android and Apple were not fighting. Exactly. They like each other. You can create your own headers. I'm not teaching headers today because that'll be like another 15, 20 minutes. But once you see the headers, you're going to want to learn it, and I'll stay back so I can show you how to do it quickly. And then it syncs across devices. So the moment, if I'm at my laptop, my battery goes dead, then I'm like, oh, I left all of that in Google Keep. Boom, it's on my phone. Oh man, I left my phone and laptop. Boom, it's on the desktop. Oh man, I left all the technology because we're cruising. You're not supposed to be on technology. I'm getting on technology on a cruise. I don't want to hear about it because that actually relaxes me, right? And so then I can sign into my Google login. Okay, look at these headers on Google Keep. You are not going to have these headers when you start your Google Keep because it does not come that way. But that's the beauty of being technologically more adept and hours of YouTube. But so yours is just going to look simple with just job search or something like that. But if you want to do the headers and we want to like really get down with it, I'll show you that later. But this is what mine's look like. You know what's even better? It's a drawing feature. So every night, me and my daughter play dominoes. And really, I was too lazy to get up to get pencil and paper because it was cold. So I was like, well, let me just use Google Keep. And I kept the score on Google Keep. And then I sent it to her to rub it in. You lost again. But still, you could even draw on Google Keep. How cool is that? All right, so note taking. If you have a topic that you need to study for, or you forget your pencil and paper, you can take notes on Google Keep. I have to give you all this background first so that when you do your own today, you're like, oh, I get it. So this is studying parts of the brain. You can actually do bold print and a header. Then you can write what you want. You can even do a bullet. Then you could do the next heading. And we're not there yet because here's all the heading 1, heading 2, lowercase, uppercase letter, bold, italics, underline. Then if I wanted to, there's a 3 dots. It's not there yet. It would share a Google Doc. So you don't even have to retype. It just shares with it and populates into Google Doc. This is great for a student who might have, many of our students may not have devices, but they might have their phone and they never use their phone. And they do want to learn. And maybe today you're teaching the amendments. So they could put the amendment at the top, write some notes about it, have a conversation with their notes, and then they could populate that into a Google Doc, and then maybe you could print it for them. So this is advantageous for them in the moment. Many students sometimes don't even know how to turn on the computer. And I'm not saying these are like poor students. They just don't remember. I don't know what it is, but their phone, they could get to a Google Keep. So when I'm working with students, it's not that I'm trying to rush them. It's that we can't keep spending laborious time on a whole dissertation on how to turn on a computer. Let's just get to your phone and open up a Google Keep and let's put our notes there. So that's another advantage. You can move through quicker. A checklist. Many of you love checklists. So what a lot of teachers do, if they have the same checklist every week, they put the title as a checklist, then they have the check marks, and then you can make a copy of this checklist and put a different date. So you don't even have to repeat your checklist. You don't have to have a notebook checklist, and then a task list on Outlook, and then another checklist on Google Keep. You could keep it all in one place. Color coding. Don't we love color coding? Not the difficult one on Google Drive. I don't know. I just get so confused. What color was this for me? You just never remember the colors you have. But anyway, you can even change the Post-it notes to be a color that's more fitting for you. Image capture. Remember those thousands of screenshots that you keep? It drives me nuts, right? Boom. One Google Post-it, put all the screenshots there. See, that's going to get you. I know you love it. This is one on 7 mind tips, but I haven't gone back to review it, but I know that's good stuff because I captured it right there, right? So all in one place. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're not there yet, but the answer is yes. Actually, you don't take a screenshot, you just take a picture of whatever it is that you want and it populates into the Post-it. I know. And what about this one? Website links. I can't ever find a link even when I bookmark it. It's like, how many stars we have to have? Which bookmark is it under? Is it my personal one, the one at work, the one from, outer space? Then I'm frustrated. I'm trying to look for it again. It never happens again. You look under history. What the heck I've been looking at late at night? I mean, you're just confused. But now the category website links, I do this for my students when they're looking for jobs. Let's put all the links in one location. Wait till I get to this other slide, what students like to do to me often. But website links, especially your favorite ones you go to, are the ones a student needs to go to. Or you could use Google Keep as a student's login, their login sheets. Now, really, I prefer them to create a contact for their login. Go to contacts, label it GED, put PW for password, remember the email, put in the link from accommodations and save it. That has been better for us with that instead of Google. Well, I don't want to say instead of Google Keep, but I know they will always know where their login is. So you can have students create logins through contact on their phone. Vacation planning. My spring break is coming up. I'm not going anywhere, but it matters not. I just like the idea. I mean, I planned so many vacations on Google Keep and nowhere idea of wanting to go, right? But vacation planning. So I have a colleague right now. I gave her a crash course on Google Keep. She's going to Greece. So then, she'll put day 1, Greece activities, day 2, Greece activities, and that could all go in the same Google Keep. And then the food places, because we know we want to go to different temples. I do plan to go for real, because I want to hike there and go to temples or whatnot. But then I'm going to eat at the Blue Elephant Make sure you put the link into the blue elephant. Then you could put phone numbers underneath, and you could put what meal that you want to eat. And you guys are going to love this one. Let's say, what's your name? Me and Mari were going, right? Mari's like texting me all these pictures and ideas, and I'm just like over it. I wish she's just too involved. But you can collaborate this post-it with me, and it could just be in our collaboration post-it, not our text conversation post-it. And you could collaborate with as many people as you want. So my other Esme, she has a family of 7, and she said, I'm only using Google Keep. I'm not taking all these different ideas. If something doesn't work out, because she's going through texts of 7 family members. Can you imagine? And when you go to search in text, can you ever find it? No, because you think it's your daughter, and then it's the neighbor up the street, the other Sarah, and then the other Mari, and you're just like, I just give up, right? So now you could collaborate with your family and friends on your vacations. Job applications. Oh, students love to do this one. Teacher, what job I apply for? Honestly, I don't even remember what, it was a whirlwind experience for me, right? So what I do, they open a Google Keep job application. Let's date it. What job did you look at March 2nd? I applied here. What was the position? This was the position. And so then they do a make a copy and change the date to they apply. Of course, they can add a phone number and things of that nature, but those applications are digitally online. Now we build autonomy. In that 1 hour session, 30 minutes for an hour, they think they're coming in probably for GED accommodations, but if they cannot operate how to establish an email, your email cannot be, your job application email cannot be mi abuelita es hermoso. No, we have to have a professional email. So sometimes that time is us creating a professional email. Now, let's put that email on your Google Keep, because you're going to walk out of here and forget it, right? So they learn in the moment. Now it's your turn to try Google Keep. Yeah, this is where the real party starts. Are there any questions online? Can Google Meet be used as a whiteboard? I've never used whiteboard on Google Meet, so I don't know how to answer that question. But can she, if I'm on Google Meet and students are collaborating on Google Keep, can that show on the whiteboard? I don't know about that answer, but if you have your Google Meet up and you break students out in rooms for Google Keep, then the answer is yes. But you know what? Googling stuff takes you down a rabbit hole. You're like, let me just ask somebody. Yes. Okay, so if you have Google Keep already, if you don't have it, you're going to go to, yes.
Are we going to be, you're going to be now showing us how to do this all?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we're in the show part of the.
Yeah, let's get down, baby. All right, so you're going to go to the App Store, Play Store, or Apple. You're going to download Google Keep. It's going to look like this one. Well, it has a light bulb, because I think there's fake Google Keepers out there. Right? So you want the one that looks like the light bulb. You got to download it and open the app. Before you you're going to open one note, but before you get engaged, I have to explain to you the menu items on the one note. So is everyone at the Google Keep even online? The one with the, yes. It's the one with the, even if it's an iPhone might say Keep, your App Store or your Play Store. Some of you may already have it on your phone and didn't know. You can go to search and just put in Keep. Like on my phone, I have the folder icon, and then it has many icons in the folder. Well, that's too small to see. That's not even a good example. An ant can't even see that. Remember when we were so much younger and we could see anything? You need your glasses and a magnifying. And I have this one student, she's interesting because she thinks she is visually impaired, but she thinks that she only needs 16-point font. And so the school was running around. I'm sharing this story while people are downloading Google Keep. And she's running around, staff is running around. They keep increasing Zoom size on the computer. So then they come to me and they're like, hey, here's a paperwork for student. Well, I don't want that. What do you want me to do with it? And well, she needs things magnified. Well, she didn't meet with me. So how do you know she needs a 16-point font? Well, because that's what she said. Well, I didn't do a font assessment. Then we get to the font assessment. Not only does she need a 40-point font, but she also needs magnification 200. So that's another special device that we would have to get to kind of meet her needs. But I guess the point is, I'm thankful I don't need glasses to that extent, but still, it's like you can't see anything these days. And even when you're in the store and you take a picture for the ingredients, you can't even, you're like, what the heck? Am I putting it in my body? All right. The lower right corner, you're going to touch the plus sign. We're going to open up a note. I'm going to explain the menus, but on your Google Keep, there should be a plus sign. Is everyone at the plus sign? I'm going to explain the 4 menus before you begin to interact and write something down in your Google Keep. Oh, I forgot that. I made an assumption. Yeah. Yeah. My apologies. Yes. Okay. The menu. So when you're in your Google Keep, there's a 3. I'm going to walk you through while I'm looking at my phone. There's 3 dots, not 3 dots. If I go to the plus sign, you see image, drawing, list, text. Which one do you want to play with first? Just choose one of those. When you go to the plus sign, you'll see image, drawing, list, text. I'm going to choose list. And then you'll see that first menu. And I want you all to put your own title. What do you want to organize today? So for example, some people don't want to have to keep going on the web for TDLS and then look at the picture graph, which is great, the picture schedule. So you could do a list and list all of the workshops you want to do today or tomorrow. So you take out your Keep, boom, it's right there. All right. Then what happens? Put your title. So today's title, I'm going to put summer. And it's going to save by itself. So this menu, once you hit the back arrow key, then you're going to see the hamburger at the top. And then you're just going to see this side menu. It looks like this. This side menu is my notes, reminders. If you put a reminder on your Google Keep, I'll show you how to do that Post-it, then you could just go to the search, type in reminders, and it'll give you all of the reminders that you have on different Post-its, digital Post-its. These are my categories and labels. I'm going to show you how to do that today. So I have a label, adults with disabilities. So each time I do a Google Keep related to adults with disabilities, what I do is I tag it. And so then it goes into that folder. And that's the same with all my, these other examples here. Archive means it's in the trash, but it doesn't, archive means it's put away, but not trashed. So if you had a checklist to do on Monday, 3/2/2025, and you wanted to archive that, you can. And then you're like, oh, now it's the 5th. What did I do on 3/2/2025? You you go to your archive and pull it back up. And sometimes some people want to measure their success along the way. I don't do that. That's why I have a to-done list. I only write what I done that day, because when I do a to-do list, I just feel terrible. Never got nothing done. So at the end of the day, I do, yeah, I got a header, 2 done. All right. And then of course, help and feedback. You never really need to go to help and feedback. So I don't want you to even fool around with that because it's going to confuse you. All right. now go back to your note. So we're at Google Keep, whatever you titled your note. Some of you may only have that one note, but if you have more than one note, you can go to the search and type in the title of the note you had. Mine was summer. And the menu at the bottom, you see the, is that the plus sign at the bottom right here is where you can add images. So if you click that plus sign, oh, that's hard for me to, well, you click your own plus sign and it says take photo, add image, drawing, or recording. The take the photo is how we overcome screenshot mayhem. So, but let's just take a photo of something in here, not me, but just something in here so you can see it populate. And I'll show you how to delete it. So you can see how it populates inside. And then for those at home, take a photo of something in your beautiful home and you can see how the picture shows up. So I'm gonna take a photo. I really did enjoy that. Let's see, positive saying. And then you hit the check sign. And so it'll show up on your Google Keep. Yes, Kenya. You can move an image. Yep. Yep. This is for those in the moment times during a conference. And you know how they go through the slide deck so quickly. And you're like, oh, I want to take a picture of that. And I want to capture it. So this is preventing a whole bunch of screenshot mayhem, right? But you can do it in a moment. You also can upload. So when you go to that plus sign, it says add image. So that goes to your photos to add the image. Or you could do adding a drawing. And you could talk into your Google Keep. You could do a recording. Yesterday, I went to the store and I bought some pizza. And then it records and then it types it there. It's one of the it came up as a checklist. Voice note and voice recording is very powerful. Even if you're a great typer or whatnot, students benefit from it a lot because, okay, if you're a typer, when you're around someone who does this, teacher, where's the at sign? Look, just talking to it, people. Just Kenya at symbol dot period, so you teach them quick ways that they can do the punctuation through voice recorder. So if you're just a person that pecks, maybe you're that person that doesn't type well. I apologize if I offended you, but typing.com is free. 20 minutes every day. You can improve your typing skills to 25 words per minute within 30 days. Okay. So, so moving on, because I know that happens. Now, menu with 3 dots at the top. So you're on your Google Keep note. I want you to, if you want to delete that picture you had, you touch the picture, the image you had, and the 3 dots at the top, you delete the image. You're not deleting the note, you're deleting the image. The 3 dots at the top, that's where you can copy that same note. Now, this is something new to Google Keep recently. It's just crazy how technology is moving so quickly, which is a gift, right? If you're doing something nefarious, I understand why you don't like technology, but I just simply use it for education and vacations that I never take. So what you can do is watch this. So I took a picture of this sign that has text on it. And I'm like, oh, I want to write those words because I want to send out a beautiful post to a friend to make them think that I have great, passion, right? I go to copy, grab image text grabbed, and guess what? It typed all that image text that was on that. That's only if you have a image with text on it. Now, I do believe that Google Keep has some accessibility features, but when I tried to do something that was like in columns with text, it became confused, but it generally can kind of figure out what the text is. All right. Now, you're going to do your own Google Keep. I'm going to show you, I'm going to stop the share. You're going to do your own Google Keep. I'm going to walk around. I want to answer questions. I want to see what you're doing your Keep about. Well, I mean, if it's private, no, but I at least want you to practice before you leave today. And when you're working with students, imagine what they could walk away with that day. If they're in high set and high set is teaching fractions, the teacher would say, okay, Kenya, you're going to practice fractions today. They take a picture of this image in their Google Keep. And then what they do, they can add different Post-it notes, one titled fractions, and it goes in the label. Oh, let me show you the labels right quick. Okay, I'm on my image. I'm on my Google Note. I have 3 dots at the lower bottom and I have labels. That's the category. This one is TDLS conference highlights. Then I click on it and that Google Keep goes inside the folder of the labels of TDLS highlights. Let me see if I can show you on, show you a live demonstration. Let me go here. This is my, oh, I have to share the screen. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm going to share this screen. Okay. Okay. Look how cool this is. Let's say I was working on Google slide presentation. I'm like, oh man, all my images are in 400 tabs. You all know that one, right? But if I put on my tab, if I open up my, oh, oh my goodness. But if I had all of the images in my Google Keep here, I could just slide the images over. Let's see, it's showing off. It's like when you take your car to the mechanic. Then I guess, I'm sorry. Yes, Canva is wonky at times, but yes, it is. But this one, I guess what I'm trying to show here is how the Google Keep is on the sideboard of your presentations. So you're saying Canva has an extension that you could put on the side of your presentations? Okay, so I don't have the Canva extension, but even if you had Google Keep Notes or whatever you kept in your Google Keep, because it talks to, let me remove this to show you demonstration. Let's say I was doing, there's my to-do label. See how that's pretty cool, huh? Here's my GED preps checklist. What was I about to show you? I'm so sorry, I forgot. I forgot that quick. Oh yeah. How it talks to Google Docs. So under collaborator on your Google Keep, you can add someone that you're collaborating with. Open up here. Let me go here. So these 3 dots, this copy to Google Docs. So sometimes when I'm working with the student, like this student was applying for his accommodations, and I always ask students, tell me how anxiety impacts your learning, in reading, writing, or math, because everyone has anxiety, and I'm not minimizing it. You should have anxiety when you take a test. And you should have anxiety if you haven't been in school. You may not have had formal schooling. You may have withdrawn from school. You may be trying to manage a lot of different things, and now you're trying to take this test. So I need to know how anxiety impacts you. I don't give the students the language necessarily about their anxiety because GED may call them or that job may ask them about their disability. So him and I are talking. He's writing it on his Google Keep. And I said, oh, can you share that with me in Google Docs? Because of course he's gonna, we were gonna go through much more. We were gonna have other type of accommodations that he was gonna ask for. So this is copied to Google Docs. Then when I go to my drive, let's hide this. Yes, I'm ready. I don't know. That's a good question. Well, they definitely need a Google account, but I don't know if it'll notify you have new information like a Google Drive notifies you. I don't know. I just think it's better just tell your friend to have it. Okay. So, and then that's what Alex sent me. So now him and I could collaborate on Google Doc if you wanted something larger. Yeah. No. Can you use Google Keep to annotate PDFs? And the answer is no, as of today. Mhm. So, what do you do with your students? What do you teach? ESL. What workplace or what part of ESL? Citizenship or level 2B. So if they're doing concepts of idioms, right? Instead of the student taking because idioms is a broad area. So the student may be walking somewhere and get inspired by idiom and they could talk into in their Google Keep when they bring it back to the teacher tomorrow. Teacher, I learned an idiom because what they want to do is write it on a piece of paper or rely on their brain. Now we know after 24, forget about the brain, right? So if you could put it into Google Keep, you're preserving all your neuroplasticity. And then you could just tell the teacher the next day. So they could put idioms at the top, or maybe during class, the teacher's talking about different idioms and they're trying to do it on paper. We know it happens. They do it on tablets, a tablet, a piece of paper, the computer, Google Classroom. They go home and have no idea where X, Y, and Z was. I do that all the time. Like this old tan pad, paper pad, I know I'm gonna write some stuff on it and then can't find it. So what you do instead, you write on the pad, take a picture of it, and it uploads into your Google Keep. Then you go to image text, and then it texts out your notes. Right? So if the pad got missing, that's fine. So did anyone set up something on their Google Keep notes yet? Okay, someone did a checklist. Someone do a drawing. Let me show you a drawing right quick. The different features of the drawing part. We're going to take notes. I want to do a drawing. The drawing, if you have a stylus, no, not here. I want to go here. Keep. There's a grid at the top. This is the web browser, but you have it on your digital phone. This grid has different backgrounds. See? Dots, if they're doing math. Now they will have to have a stylus that's kind of skinny, but the dot background, now they could do squares, right? Or you could play that game. You know how you do the square game. I'm never good at that, but some people are. Or you could write notes. The style, you just need a thinner stylus. You could write notes like you do on paper, or you could keep it blank. So you could take score and show it to your kids, send it to your kids and say, ha, parents are winning. Here's the different colors. Kenya, you could do different colors. Here's the eraser. Okay. Now, let's say there's one of the post-its you really need to keep it at the top. right? If there's a Post-it you want to stay at the top, you pin it. Let me get to one. Let's say here's my Zoom link at work, so I pinned it. If any of you have your Zoom links at work, you know how you go, like you have a meeting, but if it's not on your account, your own meeting tells you waiting for the host. I am the host. So I got tired of that. I'm like, let me put my link on Google and let me pin it. So that stays at the top. Okay. So that's another benefit. You could pin different things. Here's the header. There's a to-do header. I'll show you the my headers on that's my work account, but I'll show you what some of the headers look like that are way cool. What time is this? Is this over? To 2? Oh, I am good today. Okay, all right. Anyone at home? Would you like to share? Okay. So let me move this out the way. So like here, I have maps on mine. Monday, Tuesday, what coaches are there. When I go on trips and I'm spending too much money, then I calculate it on a Google Keep so I could come home. And I really should look at it, but I don't because I don't want to have a heart attack. But still, I do document the budget. I don't look at it, but at least I document it because eventually I might look at it. But look, my daughter's birthday, this is her 14th birthday. It's called the golden birthday, where you turn that age on that date. Yeah. And so she wanted this big old party. So I said, let me pin it. And so we collaborated on this together because I refused to talk to, 14-year-olds to get it together here. So, but she would write all of the notes. She wanted Susie, etc. But see, I pinned that. So that's her birthday. Here's some phone numbers. Here was phone numbers for her friends. But here are some of my headings. Website links, to done, vacation, to do, ESL homework, math. Here's some math GED equations. So I do have these headings there. I didn't just, try to lie to you all about it. Then here's my TDLS folder. So when I'm taking TDLS notes, I'll put them all in that folder. So when I go up here to the top to search, I put TDLS. And then all of the TDLS Post-its populate. My favorite one was this. I just wrote a post on LinkedIn about self-care. How amazing a conference has a self-care space with resources. So I had to do a post on that for LinkedIn. But see, I was in the moment. My computer was in the car and I'm like, I got inspired in that moment. So I created a post. But this is all of the all TDLS. Then I color code some things here. So you can also color code it. Let's see. You can make a link for books, food, groceries, and movies. And then I do a lot of voice talk into Google Keep. Does anyone want to share a category they have done? Hi. Yes. Yes. That's one of the benefits of the syncing feature. Mm-hmm. It goes to that window I showed you on the side. Let's see. That's how it syncs. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if it could sync from Google Slide to Keep, but I've never tried it, but I don't know because I never tried it, but because I always go the other way. Yeah, I think I'll try it too. That's a good question. Yes. Okay, since we have 12 minutes, Let's see. All right. Let me sit down. Okay. I've never done it from my phone because why haven't I done it from my phone? I just think it takes too much time, but it's best to do on a computer to create the beautiful headings. Okay. Um, have I never done it on the phone? Now I have to start thinking about this. Okay. So I'm going to take you to, oh, it's not on there. It's all right. Here we go. So, oh, it's not showing. I have to share my screen. Okay, let me get to, so it's under Google Slides when you're creating it. Let me share my screen.
While you're sharing that, Melinda in the chat says that she has favorite books label and
Oh, okay. Somebody's doing binging Netflix. I heard that. That's pretty cool. Favorite videos, especially when you know how sometimes we see inspiration. I know none of you do this. Mindless scrolling and video watching. I know none of you do that. But if one of you did do that and you're like, oh, I really want to share that with my class in that moment, you could copy that link and put it into a Google Keep. Because we know the moment you go to 2 more different videos, it's over. You can't ever find it. No, it's not as simple as history. So I don't, maybe you're scrolling like this, one and a whole minute go by. Most of us are like, boop, 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 boop. Dang, where was that video? History. So, but I guess if you're scrolling every minute, you can find it. But sometimes it's not that way. Okay, so this is what we do. This is creating the amazing headings for Google Keep. You open up Google Slides. Well, then you title it Google Keep Headings. Then now you do have Google Slides on your phone, but I think it could get like a little bit hairy. I never tried it, but I'm just making an assumption. If I was on my phone trying to do it, would I get frustrated? And it's all about peace with technology. So let's use the computer. Then you're going to change, you're going to go to File, Page Setup, File, Page Setup, Custom. File, Page Setup, Custom, 6x3. Apply. File, Page Setup, 6x3. Apply. I'm going to change the layout to blank I'm listening. What's your question? Six, 6x3. I said 6x5. I meant 6x3. My apologies. Okay. We're going to insert a text box. Just in the middle. Then we go to word art, insert, word art. And your category is, I'm going to do to done. Because we all need a to done list, believe me. Okay, now you have to done. But let's change the color. What color? What's your favorite color? Blue. We're going to double click. You see the fill color? We're going to make it blue. The one next to it is the outer line. We make it black. Someone said, I can't see the black. Then I'm going to increase the border weight to like 3. 4. You want it darker? He said, yeah, he wants it darker. 8. Is that cool? All right. Yeah. Now what we're going to do is change the background. The background color, we'll make this one, I don't know, a light blue. I don't know, let's do something else. Well, it's not even mine, it's yours. What do you want the background color to be? All right, yellow, okay. Now you do that for each of your slides. So let's say we have another one. We duplicate, double click, change this one. It would be, he looks like he like vacations. Now I'm gonna put in here different type of tequilas, but I'm not trying to say that you like tequilas, but I'm gonna put tequila. Now let's put vacation. Oh, what if what you have is too long? Let's say you wanted to title it places to eat in Dubai. That's probably going to be too long for 6x3. So you have to shorten it so it can fit inside the box. If the title you give it is too long. So you try to come up with something that's not too long, but if you do, that's fine. It's your own Google Keep. But you see how the bold is kind of scrunching it together, but it doesn't matter. It's his Google Keep. All right, and we're going to change this background to, let's say, white. Are we following together at home? Okay. Yeah, this is perfect timing. So now what you do is you go to File. I'm not going to do too many more of these. Download PNG. You see the download is up here. It only saved the first slide to done. So you have to do that for each slide that you have. So the second one, File, Download PNG. File, download, but you have to do that for each slide. So however many headings you have, you do that for each slide. Now you're like, okay, let me get to the good part. Let me put it up on my Keep. So I do a note. Oh, the places to eat in Dubai. I'm going to upload image. It must be this one. I don't know which one it is. Let's see. Where's my download? Google Keep heading 1. Oh, here's the other thing too. When you do a lot of the downloads, what I typically do first is go to each one because it saves it as a same name, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then I title it. But that's the one it was. So here's places to eat in Dubai, and it populates. It's white because our background was white. So if I wanted to do a different Google Keep, I'm going to do the other one that was, I hope I don't do the same one. Let's see. Undo. Keeps giving me the same one. Did I not do it? Oh yeah, I see. Okay, let's try this over. To done. File, download, PNG. Go to Keep. There it is. Here's my to-do list. Oh, where did it go? Oh my goodness, I'm freaking out. Okay, you type in to done list right here. 1 second. Then you could title it to done my successful day at TDLS. And then you put your notes. Yes. Yes, in the moment. Mm-hmm. And my intent, because I work with adults with disabilities, but adults with disabilities don't usually come through my doors. So unless they know about us or, well, there's many different reasons, but usually it's not even an adult learner with a disability, because I want students to feel like they can walk away with something that day. And because we have still so many students and educators still kind of digital resistant, this usually can get them in the door to at least try the computer. I had a student come in last week. She's just crying. We were doing job applications. She can't log in with the login name. She starts crying. Okay. that might not be a good emotional strategy when you're at work to cry when something doesn't work. But what can we do? Let's do Google Keep to do all the information first, and then we work on the login later. So it's almost like a segue for them to be comfortable with digital technology, because the computer could just sometimes be intimidating for some. I don't know. Let me not say intimidating. I think I just said that because that's what we're supposed to say. But I think sometimes just managing the whole technology, especially with our mature learners, they're like, I just use my phone to call. Okay, we can use it for one more thing, you know. So, but if you could please complete the evaluation, I think we have like 1 minute or 2 minutes. 5. No. But I appreciate you being here, and I do hope you walk away learning something new today.